In this video tech tip, I'm going to review how external references can be created in the context of an assembly and how we can prevent those external references from being generated. So on this guard component, we have a couple of fastener holes. Now, when we add the cover to the assembly, the outside cover doesn't have those holes yet because we wanted to wait until the components were in their final assembled position to kind of line them up. Now, this is a pretty common practice to leave certain features until the end to make sure that they fit into the assembled position. So I'll start by editing the part in place, and I'll show you the first method that does create external references. So just using the hole wizard tool, I will place these sketch points for the hole positions onto these edges where it's going to connect. It's going to create an external reference to that guard component, right? So by using this edge as my guide, it's creating a permanent link to that other model to guide where those holes will be positioned, right? I'll exit the part. Now we're back to assembly mode. So you can see the holes line up perfectly. But when I open this part in its own window and we look at the feature tree, we have these arrows on that last feature. If you follow that blue arrow to the top of the screen, it says it's out of context, meaning that this sketch containing the positions for the hole wizard is defined in the context of the assembly. So it needs the position of the components there to define where these holes get generated. So if the original guard component were to move or the design were to update, then this reference is still a live link and it would update here in the cover part, even when it's in its own separate window. We would need to kind of refresh it through the assembly that way. Now, external references like this can become tedious to kind of track and update when you have large, complex assemblies with lots of mates, lots of components. So sometimes we want to prevent the creation of these references as we work. I'll show you now how we could copy over those hole positions without creating a permanent external reference. So on the other side, I'll follow a similar workflow. I'll start by editing the part. Okay. And before I go any further, in the upper left corner of the screen, I have this no external references option. I'm going to turn that on so you can see it is highlighted gray. It says it's going to prevent the creation of external references when you create or edit features in context, meaning like I'm creating connections between the parts. So doing the same thing, I will grab the hole wizard command and start placing the hole positions. So now I will grab these edges so that they line up. I'll just do a couple over here and I will accept the feature. So same concept, the holes are lining up, everything's looking good. But when I exit the part and I open it up in its own window, we don't have the external references. Instead, when I interrogate this sketch where the hole positions are defined, we have 3 underdefined points because what happened was essentially a one-time copy, a one-time transfer happened where the positions were pasted into this sketch, but they have no other definition. So if I wanted to, I could drag and move these points because there's nothing locking them in place. I don't want to do that though, because we want to maintain their original location. However, it is important to give them some kind of definition so that they don't accidentally get moved. So what I would probably do at this point is head to the fully defined sketch command, and maybe I'll select the origin as the reference point and generate those dimensions. So now we have 3 points that are defined numerically only within the context of this sketch here. There's nothing linking it back to the other part or to the assembly for that positional information. Then I can exit the sketch and you can see they are still where they came from, but they are locked in place with their own definition, right? So keeping this in mind, this is one way that you can prevent the creation of external references so that you don't have to create the links and then go and manually break them, as that's another common workflow I see people do, right? Thanks for joining, and we'll see you in the next video tech tip.